The Rise of Africa, the continent, the diaspora, and BRICS explores the relationships that are affecting the global economy right now. This book explores the relationships of the African diaspora's influence on the African continent and why this is important in stabilizing relationships with an understanding of how BRICS impacts the future, good or bad. You can order your copy of The Rise of Africa today on Amazon.com.
Ready to turn your dreams into reality? Join Karis Copeland and Shar Selassie at the Art of Diplomacy for an exclusive workshop on mastering negotiation and advocacy. Learn proven strategies to advocate for yourself at home, work, and even in international affairs because your voice matters. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot now and start negotiating your way to success.
All righty. Shalom, salama, Yemi, shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether you're the blood of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are a Gentile grafted into the house under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. I welcome you all on this Tuesday. This Tuesday, September 17th, the year of our Lord 2024. Yeah. Supposedly 2024. You know what I'm saying. For colloquialisms and the sake of you all understanding what I'm saying. Yes, 2024. It is a time like no other. Family, again, I do say, listen, I'm gonna probably be on Mondays now. Because I had said this for a while. On Thursdays, I'm doing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Fridays, that's going to be Question Night Africa discussions. Mondays, I'm probably going to be heading on over there just doing those special reports. So that's what I'm saying, to like, share, and subscribe, because I'm going to be going over there. And when I'm going over there, the whole purpose is that is where on Monday you'll see some updates from the weekend that need to be discussed before I can discuss them here, because the intent is on this channel, we can discuss some of those things on the weekend in good measure. So keep in mind, okay, I am also monetized. So I have to tell you, if you do come up in here and you do hold the discussion, then there are some things that I'm going to need you to respect, or else I'm going to boot you behind. That's just how it goes. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. We don't, and for those that have been on my channel and have kind of understood this platform, this channel, don't make any mistake about it. I was never a camp. I was never a diehard. That's why people don't like this channel. I get it. There's some folks that will come in and come out. Oh, Gentiles need to be my slaves. I was never on that. Because I'm sorry, I read the word. And the great thing is, I know that 90% of the listeners here, they've read the word too. 90% of the listeners here don't throw away the New Testament or what they call the New Testament. 90% of the listeners here don't throw away Yahusha. So if there was an opportunity to serve the kingdom, because the Most High said that there was going to be an opportunity for all nations to repent and to turn back. We were just supposed to be the nation of the kings and the priests that would be able to lead them into that direction. And if we can't do our jobs, I don't want anything to do with you just because you have some sort of issues. I don't want to be there in that conversation when you're going to the Most High and say, "Well, you know what? My issues are bigger than your word." Oh, okay. Did you not see what the scripture says? Do you not see what was written? Yeah, but and y'all know, family, that's how our people are. Oh, that is how our people are. See, the thing is that Brother Ron over at Truth Unedited, he and I have been speaking the same thing. I'm just a little bit more harsh about it. I don't have that type of decorum to have people feeling good, to look at, nice graphics of animated characters. I don't have time for it. So sorry if I have a harsher bravado and demeanor from the military. I'm sorry, I do. If you don't like me because of my harsher bravado and demeanor, you know what? Hey, that's between you and the Most High. I'm not going to get bent out of shape about it. I know a lot of us have different, care and handling. I'll bring you up just a second, Sister Chantel. Let me get through this. So, as we go through these times, I've been saying this on this channel. Brother Yakoba's been saying it. Sister Shonda's been saying it. Pastor Rick Fletcher, Sister Gates of Holder, and the list goes on and on and on as these channels, these platforms, and our community have been saying it. Look, this was a start like no other this year, and it's going to finish like none other this year because why? I don't necessarily believe in the Deagle report. They may say 2025. It could definitely be 2026 or 2027. But what I do agree with is it's going to be the numbers. What I do agree with is that, from 300 million to about 90 million, that sounds about right. What I do agree with is, you know, shout out to our Israelite prepper with the maple leaf north of the border. He had said this, and it's not a claim that's just on out there. We have said this on this channel multiple times. All Ukraine was to the West, it was a sandbox. If you've been in IT or any type of analytical jobs where you deal with software development and things of that nature, integrations, well, before you deploy your solution, right? um to your masses. Yeah, shout out Elephant Man podcast, brother Damon. I done forget about you. Shalom, brother. Um, you see how it works first in a contained environment. And what they're doing in that contained environment, they're trying to find out what capabilities that they have and what capabilities do they need to work on. So then they can be able to meet the adversary, right? In a non controlled environment, in a real life, real world escalation that creates different variables that will have to be solved on the fly. When I used to do exercises, there would be intelligence injects, right? Because exercises, tabletop exercises, all these things, it was to utilize what people could see based off of the current snapshot of the operational environment, and then be able to have that environment be replicated in a controlled exercise where you would have your limitations, your delimiting factors, right? Things that you think or you know or you feel could be but really can't be substantiated. And then you would also have your assumptions. Those three factors would always go into place in those exercises because you try to keep it as real world to real world, but then you have to look at the Bell's curve and then you slice it and dice it. So then it's 95% accurate, and then the other less than 5%. No, that's what they had. That's why they had statisticians. That's why they had things that were labeled to create the scale of how the responses would be created. We had data scientists, analysts. That's how that went. So everything in the military was done with a quote unquote scientific approach. Nothing was done there out of happenstance. Nothing was created. So everything that you see right here, every calculus that you see right now, it has already been war planned. It's been war gamed. Sorry for letting that cat out the bag, but it's true. Okay, so based off of what our situation that we have war gamed, this was the solution that we were anticipating, but this was the actual response. And then this decision tree now branches on out. This decision point now takes effect. Root and branch diagrams, come on. Q diagrams, come on. That's what they do. That's how they figured out. And they do it to the infinite degree. They cut it off. Okay, this is stale, so let's calculate with this. This is stale, so let's go with that. And they understand that when they get to a certain decision calculus that they have already had in some sort of a conditions plan, a conditions operation, or some other strategic um, paper that they've written in some sort of campaign plan, global campaign plan, then guess what? Then they have to go through, redraw, and look at all of the whole sphere of the environment in a global situation, because now they're now coming to the conclusion that at this time, this is the red line for the US because there are economic conditions, there are political conditions, and there are militaristic conditions that are meeting X, Y, and Z. And this is how they produce the picture. Before I go on in here, shout out to brother Benia Israel. Thank you, brother J Zero, for showing this. I'm going to share. And I know a lot of you all saw this, but keep in mind when we came on out Quest 2 Night Africa, and we were saying, look, are we under attack? I came on out with that on Friday. Some folks came on in. No, I think it was just me. But This was the decision point, and don't think that that other event were a seismic activity that was felt zero point 0.8 kilometers above ground. It's just your usual. We shared that from the U.S. Geological Survey, and it will be retracted or just plain redacted. So understand all of these things that you have going on, it's not by accident. Here we go. This is Scott Ritter. This is from Benia Israel. Shout out to brother Benia Israel. Thank you, brother. I'm going to share your content. But this was from Scott Ritter. Almost everybody died this Saturday. And here we go.
Of having global nuclear war. We almost all died on Saturday. We almost all died on Saturday. And that's not a bluff. That's not an exaggeration. We were 72 minutes away from the world ending, only because somebody made a phone call. Look, he's 100% correct, but it's even more than that. It wasn't just Putin that spoke. Here's the dangerous part. We have people, Tony Blinken amongst them, but also British and NATO members who think that the Russians are bluffing, that these are red lines, that Russia's not serious. And Putin said, if you use these weapons, and we know how to do it, and you don't want to know how they know, because they've captured intact ATACMS missiles. They've taken apart the warhead.
So everything that he's telling you, I hope you all can see that. This is fair use. Everything that he's saying, they're not controlling anything. To me, they're not getting any phone calls. You have a skeleton crew at the Russian embassy. You're not getting any phone calls. They had disabled lines of communications. They're not getting any phone calls. I am going to say my opinion, my personal opinion, that seismic anomaly, the seismic anomaly that took place that Friday morning, Eastern Standard Time, before everybody got their day started, before folks could go into the briefing rooms and, get their early bird news briefs, for generals could see all this stuff. There was an intel report that popped up on people's desks. And I'm going to assume, this is my personal assumption, that what was hit in that vicinity was probably some classified sensor that the Russians more than likely knew about, that provided early warning systems, and that early warning system was, hey, keep playing around. Because if we know this one, we know others. So when they were getting ready to talk themselves up, get themselves motivated. Yeah, no, nobody took it seriously until a white guy said it. Telling you, just saying. Yep, there you go. Nobody took it serious until a white guy said it. Oh, it's a white guy that validated just what Brother Karras was saying. Well, it is what it is. But that's how our people are. So I don't expect anything in general. I'm not saying everyone, but that's in general. We can shout to you to a blue in the face. I'm done shouting. You're either gonna figure it on out or you won't. We done said that on or Question Night Africa. Prepare. I'm giving you as much as I can give you without crossing that line of being thrown in jail. So understand now you have Scott Ritter saying almost everybody died. I don't think everybody was gonna die, but he was being pretty overly dramatic. I don't think the Russians are gonna try to do just outright genocide. That's me personally speaking. But there are some folks that really do want to do it, which is Iran, which will come through with Iraq and Afghanistan. Oh, definitely North Korea.
I was just about to say, don't forget North Korea.
Oh, definitely North Korea. Oh, everybody's heads are coming off. There's gonna be so many heads rolling. It's not even gonna be funny. Shalom, Sister Chantel, Sister Shar. I had to kind of hold you on
No,
off
no,
so I
no,
could get
no. It's okay. It's your
Yes,
get
show.
this
shalom.
get this
Shalom, Sister
monologue.
Shaw.
Shalom, Sister Chantel. Shalom, family in the chat.
Shalom to everyone in the chat. I apologize. I started greeting everybody, but YT kicked me out of my other phone. So, yeah.
Of
Mm-mm.
course, of course. Y'all don't even want to know what's happening to us to in the background. You don't even want to know.
I've been sick
It
again.
yeah, it's. I'm telling you, family. We've been saying this. Look, our channels get monitored. Our channels get monitored, and they're not just monitoring our channels. They're monitoring other things
Hmm.
in the background. This isn't in order to appease the masses. They have to shut things down that have dissenting voices. That's Warfare 101. That's why I tell you all, family, I may not be on this channel for long. I'll be the first one to get shut down. I know it.
You got to control the lines of communication.
Absolutely.
The
Because
only
why?
problem is that they're doing it to themselves, to their own citizens. It's not even the enemy that's doing that.
No,
It's
it's collateral damage. They'll take people on out for this system. They don't care.
mm,
They don't care. Look, you want to know how many executive wartime powers are in place right now that have never been rescinded? They can say, "Oh, well, that smells. That looks like that." What's the legalese word, Sister Shar?
Well, you look, you know how I feel about the fact that so many emergency measures have been in place for so long, for many of us, our entire lifetime, that it has essentially nullified constitutional rights. And it would appear that we have constitutional rights, but it's only a facade. And the most intriguing part of how all of this is being carried out to suppress dissenting voices, it's not the government itself. So the constitutional rights protect us from acts of the government, right?
Exactly.
But what they've done, which is so crafty, is the government isn't the one that's interfering with our speech. Our speech has been handed over to be managed, privatized. This is a privatized prison.
Yep.
It is
Yes.
privatized by multinational corporations, and they run the prison of the matrix. So
Mm.
Oh, Sister Shah, Sister Shah. You know you're speaking revelation, right? You know you're speaking revelation. This is exactly what it says in Revelation. All the merchants of the world. This is why they're the ones that are going to be in mourning because of the loss.
yes,
But but that's who is ruling. It's not the government.
yes.
Mm.
The government itself is a corporation. All of the lobbyists, all of the political action campaigns, they're all corporations. They're all multinationals. All of the global powers are multinational corporations. The United Nations is a multinational corporation. The ICJ is a multinational corporation. There is no government, it's a beast.
Mm.
It is a
Mhm.
series of corporations, business, international businesses. And through their private policy, they have been given control by our consent because we use their platforms. And then when we create our accounts, we sign up and say, yes, I agree to your rules. And that's why they get to change the rules every day, regardless of your constitutional rights, because they are private entities.
Yes.
Mm.
You've aligned yourself, but there is no other choice. There
Exactly.
is no other choice. That's why it says that you have to be that we are in the world, but we can't be of the world.
Yes.
And it's such a fine line to walk.
Mm.
Absolutely.
You know, we're seeing how the the war is getting shaped. I'm going to bring this article. This is something that our Israelite prepper there in Maple Leaf territory. This is one of the articles that he shared. Putin orders military to boost troop numbers by 180,000 to 1.5 million as Ukraine fighting continues. When was this? Oh, this was done as of yesterday. And I had already said something about this. Why do they need 1.5 million? And it's going to be even more because you still have your gendarmerie, which is kind of like your, special police squads, almost like a sheriff slash marshal slash, like Secret Service for here in the United States particularly. And then you have your National Reserve or National Guard slash Reserve Corps. That's another 900,000. So potentially 2.4 million that can be deployable. Why would they need 1.5 million?
Because you're not looking to just leave them there. You wanna, like we've been saying, at some point they're gonna have to make a decision. Do we continue with this and this fruitless war that's just eating out our resources, or do we cut the snake's head off?
Uh, let me tell you. That's my sentiments exactly, Sister Chantel, because um, is it a decapitation strike or a decapitation war? And I would argue it's going to be a decapitation war. Why would you need to worry about Europe? Honestly, My opinion, personally speaking, in my opinion, I saw this in 2017 and 2018. In my opinion, having talked to some folks that I talked to, when America gets attacked, nobody's coming to our rescue.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Nobody will come to her rescue. I'm telling you this.
I agree with that 100%.
Because now here's one of the things that people didn't know. China literally said they're backing up Russia 100%. Do you know what that means? Europe is gone.
Hmm.
Europe is gone. And the rest of the world is gone. No one's going to back this place up. I'm telling you, all the pieces are in play. The game changer's here. Let me read this article. It's AP News. I think I put that in the chat. Yes, I did. All right. It says here Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday ordered the country's military to increase its number of troops by 180,000 to a total of 1.5 million as Moscow's military action in Ukraine drags on for more than 2.5 years. Putin's decree, published on the official government website, so this is official government website, will take effect December 1st. What? It will take effect December 1st. What? It will take effect December 1st. Okay. It sets the overall number of Russian military personnel at nearly 2.4 million, including 1.5. It's more than that. I just told you it's more than that. And orders the government to provide the necessary funding. They're going to come to at least three, or excuse me, not just three, because there will be around, I'm going to say 3.5 to maybe 4.5 million. It'll be enough for them. Remember, they don't have to use as many people. You don't have to have that much manpower right now via this type of warfare. and I'm sorry if you all didn't catch this. If you all didn't catch this the other day with I'm gonna put this on in here. I'm gonna put this on in here because this is funny. This is funny. This is from Reuters. Fair use. All right. So Iran president. Let me reshape this so you all can see this in screen. There we go. Iran president denies providing hypersonic missiles to Yemen's Houthis. 17 September 16th. That was yesterday. 8:47. All these early breaking stories. So, Tehran has not sent hypersonic missiles to Yemen's Houthis. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said in a televised news conference on Monday, a day after the Iran-backed group said a missile it fired at Israel was a hypersonic one.
That must be so frustrating for them to be confronted with their own tactics. They're doing exactly the lies that they were. No, I didn't do it.
Wait a second. Does that
I didn't
sound
do it.
really like Obadiah?
Yeah, but what's funny is that the way that they would lie and say we didn't do that when we clearly know you did. These others are doing exactly the same thing you do.
But so Sister Chantel, are you trying to tell me that they're trying to say, "Oh, it ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault." Oh!
I am most certainly saying that is it.
It ain't my fault. I don't know how them hypersonics got there.
Can I say something? I just wanted to address something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say something. Europe is not going to look. If there's a comment, I can't remember who said it because it's gone now on my television. But somebody said when America goes, Europe goes. That's yes, but no. when America's destruction is going to be on another level. Europe is going to be destroyed, but not in the sense of being torn up and they're not going to be displaced like how
It's an
America.
economic. It's an
Yes,
economic destruction. Yep, go ahead.
right. But the thing is that Europe is going to be there. Look, when you read, this is why you need to get into the scriptures. When you read Revelation, was it Revelation 16 and Revelation 17? The whore is still around.
Mm-hmm.
The beast is still there. She's riding on that beast. But when you get to, I think it's Revelation 18 and beyond that, the whore's gone, but the beast still remains.
Yep.
The beast is Europe. It's the European nations because the whore has been riding them. Now remember, the beast is a beast. It's wild and you might be able, she's the rider, so she has some level of control. But at some point, this rider is going to lose control of that beast, where it literally says that these 10 will, what does it say? It says that they will consume her flesh and burn her with fire.
Yes.
That's very vivid. That's telling you that it's not just, I wouldn't even be surprised if Europe at some point joins in with this war against America.
They're gonna here's the thing. They're gonna be forced to.
Yeah.
Because here's what a lot of people aren't understanding of what's happening in less than 6 weeks, and less than 5 weeks. So they have the BRICS Plus security conference that's happening in St. Petersburg. That's when Putin was addressing folks last week. Everything is now in order. They're doing conferences. They're doing, basically, these are workups, right? So you're getting the national policy, the strategy framed, right? And then that's that international strategy. Then it's creating that framework of how people are going to operate and where they're going to operate. You got to remember, everything that is done as a game changer is always done in blood.
Can we point to a piece of evidence that's on your screen, exhibit number 1, why this place gonna be set on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that ad.
I was looking at that.
This lawless place. Hypersexuality is not infidelity. It's an
ADHD response.
Oh,
I was staring at that as well. I was staring at that.
You know what, honey? I'm sorry. I had ADHD as a child. I ate too many. I drank too many high C juice boxes. I ate too many Oreos and Chips Ahoy. And this is.
This place exalts lawlessness and redefines things so that people could be comfortable in their filth.
And you know, it also says
it's hard for me to tuck my bat away.
Oh no!
Oh, stop!
No,
Just behave, Karis. And it's not just that.
I can't. It's my ADHD that I had as a child. It's now creeping on up.
You're so bad. If people are so pure that they don't get what you just said, good for them.
Lock me away. Lock me away because.
Before you knew you had issues.
I had issues, and my pastor said my issues were okay because hypersexuality is not infidelity anymore. We changed those scriptures. It's not an ADHD response. We changed those scriptures. It's fine.
But do you see that this is when it says? Do you remember when I was saying a few weeks ago that?
Yes, Tamara.
When what's that? Sorry.
That is what Trump was claiming in court. Because I think Trump was our very first ADHD president. You know, shout out for all that folks diagnosed with ADHD taking Ritalin back in the 80s. That was me. You know what? Thank you, Trump. You represented me in other places. Not so much, in all those other nasty places.
Oh
nasty,
gosh.
filthy. Some of them, nasty, filthy.
But
So
you do you see when I said a few weeks ago that Babylon has her doctrines? We just in the Christian mindset, we just assumed it was talking about that, or the way they colonize. No, it's also talking about this. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, we saw what we saw happen in what's it, Thailand, where they're now allowing, the tea people, they had no rights there. You could get your snip and tuck and cut. You can cut and paste over there, yeah, but
Mm,
you didn't have rights like that. They didn't. Now they've given them rights. They could also marry. They could do all the other stuff that every. This is the this is Babylon. This is the doctrines of Babylon, and it's so funny because like it is really not about the scriptures. When I say that, I mean it's their doctrine is a religion, but their religion is based on sex. That's why you see the phallic symbol everywhere.
mm-hmm.
That's why you see the what's it called, is it the yoni everywhere.
Mm.
The you know
it is their
the
form
lock
of
and
worship.
key. Put it that way.
It's their
Look, even their
worship.
weapons, even
Oh,
their
let's go
weapons.
there. You beat me
I
to it.
beat you to
You
it.
beat it. You beat me to it. You beat me. I was like, this is why they love they lick up on their guns, and
Yeah.
they used to, you'd see them like riding on missiles and
I
all
cringe
that
every
other
time
stuff.
I'm on the train and I go for a tunnel. I'll just say that. Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Why do they like tunnels so much? Look, we gotta we digress. Before I do that, okay, let me get to the break. We're cutting to commercial break because we got some filthy people on here. Animals.
Hey,
Animals.
hey. That's you. You started this.
All right, we're cutting to commercial break.
Ready to turn your dreams into reality? Join Karis Copeland and Shar Selassie at the Art of Diplomacy for an exclusive workshop on mastering negotiation and advocacy. Learn proven strategies to advocate for yourself at home, work, and even in international affairs because your voice matters. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot now and start negotiating your way to success.
All right.
Be calm now.
No, I'm not. Look, I just had to get another shot of ignorance on in here. You know that
Hey,
that
look, man.
it's hitting that like that espresso. You know, because look, here's something, man. I would play "Don't Be a Menace" in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Let me find that. Where I get that clip?
No, if you play that, you know this is not gonna get. You know this is not gonna get out. That's it. It's literally
It's over.
show and done.
Oh,
Do
it,
we have a problem?
yeah. It would be. It would be pretty, interesting. It would be pretty interesting. Oh
I mean, come on. It's called a ballistic missile.
man, let me show you this. Let me get to this article. Business Insider. Let me copy and paste this article. I have to copy and paste these articles in here so people can see. No, I'm not making stuff up. Y'all can get to it. Larry, thank you for the gift. Hallelujah. Because every video I've done played since I've got monetized last week, I had to edit in some sort of fashion because YouTube does not play. YouTube is not playing. That's how it goes. That's how they treat us. This is that new war. It's economic warfare on black folks, especially chatters. There you go.
They did what? They painted the word hypersonic.
Yeah, so the Houthis painted the word hypersonic on a new ballistic missile. Look, don't think
They
that
got
they
no
just
chill. They're like, we want you to know.
they have no what?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? We got a problem, Toothpick?
This is getting shut down.
I said, do we have a
I kept it under 10 seconds. I kept it under 10 seconds, YouTube. I kept it under 10 seconds, YouTube.
Look, his hair is the antenna.
That's Snoop Dogg
That
right
extra
here.
range.
That's Snoop Dogg right here.
That's for that
That's
extra
Snoop Dogg.
range.
That's Snoop Dogg. YouTube, I kept it under 10 seconds.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay. I kept it under 10 seconds, YouTube.
I said, do we have a problem?
The pause, though. That's a perfect pause.
Yes. That was Mr. That was General Yahya Sarre.
I was gonna say.
All I want to see is that I'm a G.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You can't step to this.
Oh, my cheeks are hurting. My cheeks.
They did a remix. Don't be a menace in the Middle East, in Yemen, while drinking your juice in the hood.
You're drinking your camel milk in the hood.
No, it's while drinking your tea.
Yeah, your tea. Do camels even have milk? Do they milk?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. Why have you had some?
I probably had. All the
Well,
stuff.
we
I
had
was-
That's probably why you were sick.
to make that connection. That was hilarious.
Houthis painted the word hypersonic missile on the new ballistic missile they fired at Israel, which says it's actually just a regular. Why? Why are they saying it's actually just a regular missile? Because they're not trying to cause fear and panic.
Do you know what's funny though? The Houthis, they're so considerate. They made sure they wrote it in English.
Mhm.
They went searching for whoever could speak and write English, and they told them, we want you to write hypersonic on this in English.
Yeah. So understand. Everybody is panicking. The Houthi rebels painted the word hypersonic in English on a missile they launched at Israel over the weekend, emphasizing a new capability. Israel military, however, so they're already going to lie. We already know that.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that. However, there's varying degrees of hypersonic, subsonic, right? There's varying degrees of that. No matter what, they could not respond to the attack. The range of the attack and the time frame did not allow it.
No, it's not coming from far anyway.
Well, exactly. However, you have Iran saying, "Look, we didn't supply the missile," and you have the Houthis that are literally, right here, that are showing, their USSR.
Iran is saying it fell off the back of a truck.
Yeah,
We were raided.
they got the USSR. They said we got an old USSR missile. It's okay. It's the same one.
And
Look,
isn't it
dog.
weird that that's literally in the scene as well, man? It's like, oof,
The
everything's just a big
programming.
joke.
The programming.
Mm.
Well, yeah, it's funny, but the reality of it is, it's not funny. You had the assassination attempt, the deletion attempt on former President Trump, who's now the um, Republican Party nominee for our presidential candidate.
Was that really an attempted? What was it really?
Listen, anything can be word played, and the story's going to change. And if it was a fallacy and nothing happened, he was just protesting. You know, if they said the shots fired, and then they tried to chase after him, and he panicked and left, then all I can say is we had the very first actual play out of a white man being accused like a black man. What do you mean? I didn't shoot nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Mm.
Why were you running, sir? I was panicking. I don't know. Listen. These stories that are on out here, you're in an age of confusion.
Exactly.
It was a hypersonic. Now it's not a hypersonic. No. I believe that hypersonic got there. They got a couple more hypersonics in the arsenal, and then they're doing the same exact thing that they do to the rest, that the United States does to the rest of the world. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Why are you accusing me? It wasn't me. And now they're doing the same game. And all this does is it frustrates this nation. It frustrates this people.
Because they're playing their game.
Yep. It's not fun when the tables turn.
It's not fun when the rabbit's got the gun.
Yep. It's not fun.
I said the G word.
We got the pew pew. It's not fun when the rabbit's got the pew pew.
So what I'm trying to figure out is whether or not they are going to honor that ICJ order that says that their presence is illegal and they owe the Palestinians reparations. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I already know the answer to that.
They and in a lot of the headlines, they call it a non-binding order. But the closer you look at it in terms of international law, it's binding.
It's binding.
It's
binding. Yeah.
So they love playing with words. We were told.
Well, didn't they say? Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, haven't they always been saying in their stupid little speeches that we're going to form a government that operates at the in the rule of law, and here you are, not keeping it.
That part.
Because it's you at the other end of it.
Yeah. The changing of definitions. We were told that we would not understand these people's language. It's so fluid. Mm-hmm. What a thing's supposed to mean, it doesn't always mean.
I love you said that. I love that. Understanding their language. We understood when we learnt their language very quickly as enslaved people. What we didn't understand was the double speech. the forked tongue,
Yes, the fork.
hidden.
Yes.
The hidden
The
That's
language.
what we've
epidemic.
been.
Daniel chapters
Yes.
8 and 9. Daniel, it's a hidden language, right? What they say is not what they mean.
Yes.
Yes.
See, it's
And
kind
that's
of
why
funny.
what you said, Sister Shah, when you said that, when the say, when you come back to the scripture where it says that we would not understand that a nation whose tongue we don't understand, that's a curse.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And some of our people are still operating in that curse.
Exactly.
Yeah, bless them, because that's unfortunately that's probably that is going to be the last one for them to come out of, because with that also comes Christianity.
Yes. Yes. It reminds me of the line from the Amistad where the Africans, right? They were like, what kind of nation is this? Like,
Mm,
I thought we just got justice. But then there's this whole other process of what kind of nation is this? Where justice is not justice, where law is not law, where everything is subject to interpretation.
Mhm.
yes, they have teams of lawyers to combat each other. It's like everything. Do you know everything for them is just a game?
It is a game.
Yeah, yeah. You let your yay be yay and you know be no. Yeah, actually, yes, that is really
Yep.
what the scripture says. And you got to remember, we've been given over to a bunch of liars,
Yep.
right? We've been a people with what vain imaginations.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
everything that they say to us is not what they mean, and it's not their intent. So when we say, look, we've learned from literally our family, our our grandparents, our great grandparents, if they were around, great aunts, great uncles, generations that had come before us, and they have said, don't trust these people.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yes.
liars. And see, they had the Pepsi and Coke generation that they did. They sold their brand. They were brand ambassadors to the lives of this nation. And now they're realizing what they were even sold with sugars and all this other stuff has literally been poison. It's no different than alcohol. It really isn't. Same consistency.
Lion Pride said, "Words smooth as butter. Words, what's it, slicker than oil. But
Mhm.
war was in his heart." I
Yes.
love them scriptures, man.
Yep.
Yes.
And war is in their heart. Here's the thing. What they're trying to do is not panic people that they're going to war. They're not going to panic people because here's the thing. It's not going to be, this is my opinion. I don't get scared, family. I know folks may turn this off. They may say, forget Brother Karras. It's never going to happen. I get it. I get it. But I'm going to tell you this. This war is not going to be fought on foreign soil.
Hmm.
This war is not going to be fought on foreign soil. This war is going to be fought over here in the United States.
Yes. And I will add to what you just said. It's not that they're trying to not panic people. What they're trying to do is to make people not realize that, that again, what you just said, I'm not trying to scare people, but let's remember that in 2020, they blew up the Georgia Guidestones.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And the first commandment of the Georgia Guidestones was what? Maintain humanity under
Mhm. Yep.
500 million.
Yep.
That what they're trying to do is, it's not, they don't want you, you know, they don't want you to understand you're going to die.
Yep.
It's not about panic. It's about, I want you to continue living your best life so that when this happens, well, it is what it is.
It's hospice, right? It's keeping everyone comfortable as they're dying. It's the
Yes.
Titanic. It's continuing to play the
Wait,
music and
wait, wait, wait.
dancing.
Wait. And here is an example of a morphine drip. I'm going to show you all an example of a morphine drip right here. I'm glad that we came to this. Man, I know the Most High is definitely in this channel, these broadcasts, because look, when we come together on, that's what happens. That's what happens. Everybody's like-minded. Because here's an example of a morphine drip right here. You had the thing with Trump right this weekend, and now you have another morphine drip. Fair use. I'm gonna put this in the chat right here so you all can see what I'm saying. I love to post links. I
That's
do
such a
links.
good terminology for this kind of
I
foolishness.
don't even. Do you know what? I don't even
Before we
listen,
get
read,
into
or
that,
watch them.
Please order your copy right now of The Rise of Africa, the continent. You know what? Why do I need to say it? I'm going to a commercial break.
The Rise of Africa, the continent, the diaspora, and BRICS explores the relationships that are affecting the global economy right now. This book explores the relationships of the African diaspora's influence on the African continent and why this is important in stabilizing relationships with an understanding of how BRICS impacts the future, good or bad. You can order your copy of The Rise of Africa today on Amazon.com.
Ready to turn your dreams into reality? Join Karis Copeland and Shar Selassie at the Art of Diplomacy for an exclusive workshop on mastering negotiation and advocacy. Learn proven strategies to advocate for yourself at home, work, and even in international affairs, because your voice matters. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot now and start negotiating your way to success.
Karis, your
Okay.
book cover looks like my back foot.
Yeah.
It's dry right now.
It's
I'm not
dry
well.
right now. Exactly.
It's dry.
But we're witnessing the game changer. It's dry right now. It looks like some crusty feet that haven't seen not one bit of one of them little scrub brushes that you get at getting a pedicure. But
I'm going to take
it's
myself over
soaking.
to them and I'm going to let them deal with it.
It's soaking. It is soaking.
Nah, man, I'm gonna let it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Them oils is what we need on the continent. I'm telling you, but you're gonna have to know how to ask for the proper pedi and manicure. Don't think that
I'm gonna make it snow.
Listen, that's how that goes up in here. That's part of you have to talk to people. No.
I'm sorry, I'm tired, so I just chat rubbish.
Your feet need scrubbing, your whole body. That's art of diplomacy right there. You can't be looking all crusty and ashy.
I do need the balm of Gilead.
You need to learn how to put oils on you so you can step correct to our brothers and sisters on the continent, because they're gonna be ashy, but you don't want to be that ashy.
I need olive oil that's been blessed.
You know what I'm saying? Have that palm oil, have whatever you need to have.
Oh, maybe some shea butter might work. No, I've just been like, when you're not well and everything, like you put it this way, I had a hot date with the toilet, and there was loss of moisture, so now I'm suffering. So yeah,
that's what everybody look. Listen. This is what you are doing on hospice care. See, folks don't even know how to.
I'm not dead yet.
Don't even know how to ask. I need help to ask someone to help me to survive.
Help me! I can't do my feet anymore.
Listen, that's what America is. They can't do their feet. They can't do their hair. They listen. They don't even want to. They can't even hold conversations because they don't know.
What are you talking about? They can't even pay for it either.
Nobody wants to hold conversations with somebody that has stinky behind breath. How many? You get what I'm telling you?
Oh my
Those
gosh. Do you know
allergies.
something, Karis? Oh my, I'm so sorry to cut you, but as you just said, stinky behind breath. Yeah. I've been watching some videos talking about the BBLs. Yeah. And it's
Mhm.
so funny because that that it talks about how it's a vain nation and so on and so forth. And then I was just thinking what you just said, the stinky behind breath. I was listening to how some guy was saying these girls that have had their BBLs, they start to stink. It's not
Mhm.
coming out just from their rear end. It's starting to come out all over them. Like it's ooze, like the fat is oozing out of your pores and it stinks.
Because it messes
Ew.
with digestive tract, and when your digestive tract is off, you now have toxins in your body, and so now it's going to mess with their liver, their kidneys, right, pancreas, all sorts of things because they're messing with their was it lymphatic system? Someone can correct
Yes,
me on
it
that.
is the lymphatic system.
And that is all part of your digestive system, and if you don't have that, then guess what? You're going to stink from top to bottom,
And
from the rooter
that's
to the
Babylon. She
tutor. You
stinks.
go, you're gonna
She
be from
stinks.
the rooter from the rooter to the tutor. You're gonna be funky. Oh,
All this stuff that's coming out of Hollywood. I mean Hollywood. I mean, ugh, Babylon. Sorry. All of this. It's all the vanity, and it's like it's. I was we'd watch these women and these people just getting all these different surgeries, and I'm like, what's going to happen? You guys don't know what's going to happen in a few years. Like, has anybody seen what's her name, Chrissy? Is it Chrissy Teigen? Her face, oh my gosh, she looks like Kirby. She's just,
the Botox, the Botox.
yes.
And that's what a lot of it is. Is look, they try to put all these unnatural chemicals in their body. When all you need the oxygen, so you need to aerate. And how you aerate is you have to eat antioxidants, you have to eat the greens, you got to eat the leavies, the
There's
leaf,
no reason for them not
you
to
know,
do that though. These people are rich.
and this is and this is it's unreal, and part of this is when and we're gonna get to this, so bear with me, family. I have to put my shameless plug in there. If you'd like to support this channel, $ COVAWK. That's what helps to get the StreamYard in here, to talk to you all, to fellowship with you all. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
I agree with you,
Oh,
Marita.
will a Israelite. Let me
Most of them are men. I agree with that.
so yeah, thank you, family, for your support. And it's not just supporting on the channel, it's also support off the channel too. So thank you all for those that are supporting the Art of Diplomacy event that's going to be this Friday in Atlanta. I will be doing a special on Thursday on my way up to the ATL. And support Sister Shar and I and these endeavors, because this really does support the community, right? So we want to encourage our people to I don't know, it recently they were talking about Mali, Timbuktu, that was Truth Unedited. But now here's the thing, our people are writing books. Jacoba's about to release a book in a
Yes.
few weeks. I'm literally writing, I'm in the stages of writing my second book. And I'm and I'm finishing up my I'm literally getting ready to finish up my dissertation here in the next couple of months. Because we have to do this. We have to write, we have to chronicle. That is literally our job right now. We are literally designed to be witnesses. Whether you're here on YouTube, download your videos and make sure you have all that stuff, or you're doing other things. You are a witness. That's what you have been commanded to
Yes.
do.
That's what our
If you're not,
ancestors did.
yeah, if you're not, then support those. Our job is to support one another. That's it. Support one another. You know, Sister Shar, she I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell on you, Sister Shar. I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell on you.
Don't act like
Because there's
that.
a lot of things I want to do in the background. I'm like, we need to get a warehouse for this, and this. Because I think strategies ahead. Because our people in the United States, we're gonna be in some big trouble. We need to understand how we're going to work with logistics. Because when this place goes up in flames, guess what? Guess what they're gonna guess who they're gonna cut off first? They're not gonna cut off the immigrants. They're not gonna cut off white folks. They're gonna cut us off first. We're gonna be the ones cut off.
I mean, to your point, Brother Karras, how do they describe heavily populated areas of our people? They call them food deserts. It's already classified as food deserts. Our people
Exactly.
having to exist out of corner stores and
Exactly.
processed foods.
You know what's really interesting though?
Yeah, let me go. So Mike and I have been coming and talking about solutions. Solutions. Look, we gotta survive. We're gonna have to survive the sword, and it's gonna take all of us to survive this. It's gonna take our ingenuity. It's gonna take our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take how we are able to shape the way that we provide logistics to one another. It's going to be one of those. That's how it's going to be. So we're devising those plans right now of how we're going to be able to help to support one another. Because when it's all said and done, you have an occupying force. Guess what? We're going to get trampled on as a people. That's just how it's going to go. Oh, we need to have provisions. Okay. Well, whose neighborhood do you think that's going to go to first? It won't be us. And that is something that you all really need to understand. I'm sorry. You have to. Because it is a matter of life and death. This is what helps us to plan for that. This is what helps us to realize, look, there is an art of diplomacy. And we're learning how to do things that we hadn't had to do because they didn't expect us to reach on outside of this nation and talk to our brothers and sisters over on the continent. So when the deal goes down, there's a solution. There's a network, there's an apparatus of a supply chain to at least help us to get sustained to make it out of here. And I'm sorry, but the calculus has changed. The game has changed. We need to think about that on a very, very serious note. When the deal goes down, how will you be fed? Who will feed you? Yes, the Most High will provide ravens. You know, sometimes the ravens don't have to just be birds. He uses other people. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Let me get back into here because y'all saw Diddy running around with that towel.
Morphine drip. Drip, drip, drip.
Yeah, let's get back to this morphine. Let's get back. Let me get back into here. Fair use. So I don't have the sound on here because if not, I'll get dinged. But here's the article. Sean Diddy Combs arrested by federal agents in New York. Combs was arrested in a wave of lawsuits against him alleging sexual assault and misconduct. Well, he's going to... You know what defense he's going to use? That ADHD, boy, I tell you.
ADHD.
ADHD done got him.
Hey, it didn't work for Cosby and it didn't work for Kelly. So we're gonna see how that one plays out.
Man, you know what happened. My Ritalin done ran out, and I was just out of control on that one. That Adderall was not helping me. Ah,
Claim
no.
your disability. It's a disability. And interestingly enough, this unclean and lascivious nation, they want to make sure that they put Hebrew men who have drank the Kool-Aid of this foul cup of iniquity of this place, make sure that you sensationalize them going through the penal system and facing punishment for drinking the Kool-Aid, because they can't get away with the stuff that these guys get away with.
Hmm. And honestly, what that also does is it demonizes black men. That all
Yes.
black men are sexual deviants.
Yes.
We're all sexual deviants. Hide your mothers, hide your
Hide
daughters,
your wife, hide your
hide,
kids.
hide the dogs, hide the cats.
Yep.
Everyone and everybody getting it.
Yep. It is a psyop against black men. Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah. So, I've seen this. This has been played against most of us. They'll try to say things to see if we'll be entangled in the nonsense. I've seen it. I recognize that. I realize that. That story of Joseph, now that was about black men here in Babylon. Don't be caught up with Potiphar's wife,
Mm.
because there's Potiphar's everywhere. This is how the design of the system is towards us. Because why? Because they want to throw us in the system, in
Yes.
jail. Because why? Because this place has never gone a day without knowing slavery. The wages of work is due. What? We're hidden in what? The storehouses.
Yep.
I mean, that's what Isaiah 42 and 22. I mean, that's where we're at. That's the princes of Judah. And here it is as another morphine drip on this hospice care of a whore of a system that's dying. All her lovers have done what? Have departed her.
Mm.
They're going over the bricks. Nah, forget you.
Mm.
Because why? Because you scorned me. I tried to play cool with you. Y'all killed us. I tried to do this. Y'all killed us. I tried to do that. Y'all killed us. Have you noticed that all these folks, Venezuela, these Latin American countries, they're doing what? They're letting those criminals go on up. You need room and board? We got you, man. Head on over to the United States, take them out. Courtesy of us. You literally have a covert army crossing over the United States. It's already been taken. It says, look, Babylon has been captured. They've already said it. Babylon has been captured. Why is that? Because they've already done let in the people. I don't know about you, but to me, that, like I had said, I said this previously, they brought in an advanced party. These are your covert special operations units that then show the lay of the land. These are your spy networks that when the deal goes down, they'll be activated with some sort of a phrase or some sort of a message or whatever it's going to be on out there. And then that gives them 72, 96, whatever hours it is to get mobilized. And these folks are going to start just sabotaging. You'll have a saboteur operation. And then within that saboteur operation, why are there fires? Why are the grids going down? Why is internet coming out on and off? Why? Why? Because people are going to be panicking and going to the shopping markets and doing everything else. And then in the midst of their panic, guess what? Here comes the invasion. I'm not going to be scared about the invasion. I'm going to be scared about these folks when they realize that we're invaded, because these folks won't even have the umption to turn their weapon on the invaders. They will turn their weapons on us. Because they understand. They know. When they see them folks coming down on those parachutes, these Negroes are about to be released. Understand this is a spiritual component. And a lot of our people try to act like, oh, nothing's spiritual, nothing's here, nothing's there. No, you're going to see the anger in their face. You're going to see the spiritual component and the spiritual nature of their face, and they will turn their weapons on us and not even give her a rat's behind about the folks raiding them. You don't believe me? Read Second Esdras. Go ahead, read Second Esdras. Verses 40 through 46. Go ahead. That's why they took it out the word. We'll make a deal with them, but no, we're going to delete. We're going to delete as many of these black folks as we can. I know that that's going to scare some people, and honestly, it should. Because that's not what I'm saying. That's what the word says. If you don't know who Yah is, if you don't know who Yahusha is, if you don't know the promises that's been given to us, then folks are going to be on out there, our people. They're going to go on out there and they're going to get picked off. Truth unedited is absolutely correct. If you are going to have the mind and the heart of a Babylonian, you're going to suffer. Because you're going to be on out there thinking, I'm a Babylonian, I'm good. Pew, pew, pow, pow. Why did you do that? Why are you pew, pew, and pow, powing me? Why? That will be their cries. You're not supposed to do that to me. You're not supposed to. Let that be a sobering thought. No, I don't see any of our people being forward deployed. Not going to happen. What I do see is I see there'll probably be an invasion as things are going down. You'll probably have the emergency broadcast system and all these other things because they've already hacked everything. We already know that. They'll give a warning: black people do not go outside for your safety. What? Nobody can tell me what to do. If you're a black person, do not go outside. It's for your safety. I guarantee you. Because think about this. What's the last thing that the Chinese want to do? They don't want to piss off Africans. I told you. This is how I believe is going to be this rescue operation. But I know a couple years ago, y'all thought that was crazy. That was never going to happen. Now I'm just saying, no, this is how it's going to happen. I guarantee you, this is how it's going to happen. I'm not a prophet, but I can understand how warfare tactics are and strategies are because why? Because China wants to get those resources. and they want to stay having those resources. And guess what? They're going to project themselves that they're the good gods. Look, we rescued you out of captivity. We're going to leave you alone. We're going to build you on up real quick. Y'all going to be the pie in the sky, the shiny jewel. And then we just need to take what we need to get because we got kind of messed up too. So if you can hook us on up with something, help a brother out, we be all right. Because that's the play. That's the plan. How else do you think they're going to have a new development bank and a Kazan payment system without the resources of Africa? How else are you going to have a crypto based off of minerals without the resources of Africa? Hey, by the way, we brought your sons and daughters back, the ones that the Europeans stole. And, we don't want to be celebrated like that, because, we want you all to have your family. We want you all to look, that wasn't us. That was literally your Elohim. Because nothing that we could have done at all, that was him. They'll venerate, they'll give all the accolades and everything else. Oh yeah, surely your Elohim rescued you, and all the yada yada yada. Okay, perfect. We'll be having some funds for at least 300-400 years. We're gonna be having some gold for at least 300-400 years. Coltan for at least 300-400 years. This is how they're looking at. It'll be literally a hearts and mind campaign on steroids, headed by China and Russia. If anybody doesn't think that they're the people, they have us to answer to, and you'll be an enemy of the state, blah, blah, blah. They'll put that on out there. They'll codify it as their law. You all know why? Why do you think Putin put on out the iconography? It's a setup. Sister Chantel, Sister Shar, I've been ranting. Tell me what you all think.
I'm just listening and digesting the implications of what you're saying. It's very, very plausible that would make sense. From a diplomatic standpoint, if I knew who you were and I were able to gain your affections by teaming up against the nation that has gone too far. That's what the cry for justice of our community has been. Y'all went too far. We acknowledge that we fell from grace because of our own rebellion and our wickedness, but you went too far. Even Ezekiel 35 paints a really strong picture of this judgment for going too far, for continuing to destroy our people after they knew that our time, we had served our time. And there's recent talk about one of our brothers being found hanging from a tree recently, and the spin on the story that he bought his own rope and took himself out.
Mm-hmm.
The Ezekiel 35 judgment is that you've gone too far. So if I were operating in diplomatic affairs towards our nation to gain peace and harmony as nations coexisting, what you just described, Brother Karras, is extremely plausible, and that is absolutely a win-win strategy to help us rebuild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that they're righteous. No, not at all. But what I am saying is that's going to be their angle. Absolutely, that'll be their angle. And there will be a lot of our people that would be like, all right, yeah, absolutely. Look, they helped us on out of here. Why not? Why not? That's going to be their long-term planning cycle. Okay, we're going to have this multipolarity cryptocurrency that's going to be based on resources. right? And there it is with Africa. Yeah. Are they going to be enemies? Absolutely, we know that. But I'm sorry. Are you not going to take somebody by the hand if you're drowning? You know what I'm saying? I don't like the person that the Most High sent for me to get me up out of this water that I was drowning. That's foolishness. That's foolishness.
The scriptures themselves say that the Gentiles will carry our sons and daughters.
Oh yeah, no, they hate Isaiah 60. I know there's folks in there that even hate Isaiah 60, and I get it. And I told you I don't care. That's not. Hey, that's between you and the Most High. That's between you and the Most High.
I don't hate it. Carry me. You can call me the Grand Pumbaa.
Carry you and hook up this pedicure while you get me there.
That's right. You can scrape with your teeth. Scrape it all off.
Oh my goodness.
Let it snow. And you can remember your Christmas as you go along with the flakes falling. There you go. I'm generous.
You're gonna make them carry you in the massage chair.
Yeah, man, that's a coconut. You know that, right? I'm terrible. I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? In regards to so what they've done to us. It's funny because they subjected the whole world to the understanding of Christianity. Mm-hmm. And as a result, they made people believe that there is a chosen. So the whole world knows that there is a chosen people, chosen by God, the God, their words. Right? And for a while, everybody thought it was them. Now, what do you suppose would happen when they find out that it's us? And we've been scattered to the four corners of the world, including the other nations who didn't take part in the European slave trade in that sense, but we're there, right? What do you think would happen? What do you think the mindset is? They know about the Bible. South Korea is they have Christianity there. They're more Christian there than in Japan, right? You've got Christianity in places in Asia, right? What do you think is going to happen when these people realize, oh my gosh, those are the people? And not only that, they read and they go into their Bibles and they see everything that has happened to us is written in those pages, and what is happening to Babylon is written in those pages. Do you think that they are going to? It's like they did the job, even though like they did what they did, but the Most High used them to send out, even though it was a false doctrine, but to send out the understanding of Christianity, the understanding with Christianity that the Most High has his people on this earth. And then they're going to wake up and realize, these are the people, what have we done? I don't want to catch that. I don't want to get judged like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? There will be, I think, beyond just maybe Russia and whoever trying to enforce it by using the their whatever means. There is also going to be a real fear. Like they are starting to see. They see at some point these people they're not going to listen to the scientists anymore with the whole climate change rubbish. They're going to understand something's not right here. Something just ain't adding up, right? And when they figure that out, when the pieces start to fall into place, when they understand when the final puzzle piece drops, and the picture is presented to them that we are the people, and the whole world is being judged because the Most High wants his people. I want my children back. Give me, all right, here, take your children, take your children. I swear we won't touch them. We won't touch them.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Do you not think that that's exactly what will happen? Yes, Russia will have whatever laws in force, but really and truly, what does the Bible say? He says that they're no longer going to remember, and the world knew about the first Exodus. They're no longer going to remember about the first Exodus. Look, Russia and China, whoever, is just a vehicle, but it's really, this is the Most High's Exodus. He's saying, I'm pulling up my sleeve. This is mine.
Yes.
You're mine. I own you because I sent my son. You're bought and paid for. I've redeemed you. Where it said no man will buy you, because I meant what I said. No man will buy you. My son, me, came down and bought you. That's what I have. You are mine, and I'm not getting, nobody is going to take that away from me. Do you really think that these nations are going to try anything after that? After you see what's going on in Japan? You see how Japan is being wrecked, ravaged, and torn? Every time they breathe, it's like some new, fresh hell is coming upon them.
Yep.
A new catastrophe. And not to mention they're going through their economic catastrophe as well, which, by the way, is brought on by your nation. And it's so funny because their economy was doing well after the war. Their economy was doing well in 1970 something. I can't remember when it was. Their economy was doing well. That's when it reached its peak. It started to fall at 1985, and I can't remember what it was they were going to do, but they were going to do something. And America went to them and said, "No, you can't do that because you're going to affect us. You have to sit on this and do what I say do." And they were the obedient, obedient to them, and now they've suffered from it.
Yeah, so understand, Japan is a very subservient nation.
Oh yeah.
To the United. So to me, they're that nation that was classically buck broken.
For the whole world to see.
For the whole world to see. They were classically buck broken. And they're not going to say this, but we all see it. We all understand it. They were and are and have been a buck broken nation.
So much so that you're not even allowed to have a military.
And they can't. Yeah, they're not allowed. They can only have a defense force, and they were allowed to get a military up until about like last year.
Yes, and America was not happy with that.
Yeah. They finally asked, and then I think the UN had to ratify it, and it got ratified. And the thing is that yes, they are severely buck broken. That to me, that's
fancy asking. Sorry to cut you, but fancy asking those people, "Can we have our military, please? Please, sir, can I have some more?"
Yeah, they got buck broken. And now this generation is no longer, mystified. Because that was their grandparents and grandparents' age. Grandparents and great grandparents. And that age. So now they're kind of, they're coming up and they're trying to have a little bit more of a say so, but they're all in. They're all in, just like with
South Korea.
That right? They want to put a NATO office in Japan. I mean, a NATO office. I mean, you see what I'm saying? They're going to be rushed. They're going to be wiped off the map.
I personally think. I think that it's not. I don't think that it's going to go the way that. I don't think it's going to go like that. I think, personally, I feel that they will be pressured. They're going to be pressured on both sides, and for me, it's like they're
gonna wipe out Japan because Japan is way too. Their ideological thinking. They're way too much in that. Look, you have you have part of the Pacific Fleet over there in Japan that will go. A couple of those islands will be nuked. Probably Okinawa.
Don't say that about Okinawa. It's a pretty place.
Yeah, sorry, Miyagi.
Your little, your little
Strike first,
bonsai
strike
tree.
fast. Strike first, strike. Okay, so you know,
Wax on, wax off. That missile.
you know, ain't no crane kick gonna come save anybody. Okay,
Mhm.
so the whole dynamic is, um, or maybe they just say, you know what, we just got to side, and we always knew that this was going to bode very bad for the United States because what they did to us was a crime against humanity, and we're not going to suffer. We're not going to go along with this. They may say that.
I
There's
kind of feel it's going to be that way, to be honest with you, because
yeah.
they've got to start thinking about what's best for them. I don't. They're literally they're on their last legs. They've got nothing. They're dying off.
They're dying
Their
off. They
land
have
is
their
being torn up.
population. Their
Yeah,
population cannot produce. They're asking black men to go on over there. Well, at least there's one nation
that's
that
a
might do
lie.
it, supposedly.
And one of them got infected. You
Yeah.
stupid fool!
You got
My
a
biscuits are
passport.
burning.
You got a passport, bro. That went on over there because it's ADHD. It's not his fault. It's his
It was,
ADHD.
wasn't it? That ADHD kind of crept up on him. Stupid fool. And then and what I tell you, people are not, they don't, no shame. You're not even shamefaced. Once upon a time, people, it's so funny. I always say to people, if you're not willing to stand out on the street and shout out and air out your business, why are you getting up on social media doing it? At least after a while, people will forget that it was you. There might be one or two people like, you're that person, in it. But nobody can really, but on you're putting this out there on social media for that to live and stay there forever. People have no shame. They just come out and just say everything. He literally posted and told everybody his step by steps on, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna listen, I'm going to impregnate some Japanese women. I'm going to give them my seed. I'm going to I'm watching it and I'm like, I want to hurt you so badly. I want to beat you. I want to give you the beating that your mother and your father failed to give you.
He
I
said,
want to do that for you because I love you.
he said, I'm getting reverse child support.
Exactly. He said that. He said that. I was
They
like,
gonna give me
I dropped my
check.
phone. I was like, I'm done with this fool. I'm done with this fool. I'm done.
That's
Reverse child support.
That's the ultimate
They paying me.
right.
Like,
They paying
oh.
Who that? That's just my baby daddy. Who that? That's just my baby daddy.
Somebody took a shot of sugar that day. Ooh, I was so mad. Mad.
You better be careful when he see all his seeds he done dropped, chasing them around with some katana blades and chopsticks.
Make sure the Yakuza don't come and find you. There ain't nobody coming to claim you. Foolish.
Got to wield that sword like that. Yeah.
I could not believe that.
He visited his kids. He's playing. He just enrolled himself in a Tekken tournament.
If they were ever going to do that, to me, it would make more sense they doing that with China. Oh, but they can't even do that because China they need their women too. There's too many. There is a track over here called "Too Many Men." Too many man, too many man. It's too much. There's just too much in there. That's why they have to put them into war. That's why, look, war. You need war to even things out. There's too many men. That's not right. There's supposed to be more women to men. You got too much sausage in your casserole. It's too much. It's just too much. So you've got to burn off. They have got to burn off that testosterone. Put them into war.
Mm. Thank you for
Look,
the gift, Minimus 321. Yeah, go ahead, Sister Shaw. Or
I,
Sister Chantel.
I was just gonna say, look, they need to burn off the testosterone. And what's a better way?
Uh-oh.
Well, for the Chinese, it's more humane because what did they do when people were when they were suffering and struggling with the what's it, opium?
Yeah, they did. Look,
Exactly.
they called their population. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm sure they probably told their loved one, um, Wang Joe ain't gonna be around because he got that problem. You got
Mm,
that problem. Then and they probably collected him and he was like them Ukrainian men that you see on YouTube getting picked up off the street. Look, they won their war on drugs. I get these little commercials here in Florida about this law enforcement officer. It's like vote, yes for Amendment 3 to legalize like drugs. I think marijuana here
no, they want
in
all their
Florida.
issues, don't they?
Hmm. And
They'd rather
this big Caucasian guy is like, we fought against the war on drugs and we lost it. So let's not decriminalize all. No, 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 no. The only reason they're having that discussion is because the main ones that are facing charges are not actually being uh, uh, when they're charged. Their punishments are like, oh, what do they have? Um, some sort of rehab, intake or something else.
mm,
So they're not really criminalizing, or it's criminalized, but they're not really um, um, prosecuting, to the extent they're just giving them, all right, pay this fine and go to this rehab place, and
yeah.
and they're
And
they're
then they're
right
back
back on
out
the
there
street.
again.
Yep, they're right on the
Yeah.
streets. I was in the rehab. They act like it was something nice. Yeah, probation, community service. You know, they're not getting reformed. They're not doing that. You want to know what happened with our people, and I thank the Most High that happened for our people. Man, they
Yeah.
threw a look at our people,
Prison.
and guess
And
and guess what happened? Folks were like, we're not messing with that stuff. And a lot of our people in my generation, we said, no, we're not dealing with that.
mm,
We're not dealing with that. And on top of that, the ones that wanted to, have us indulge, because I remember in high school, it wasn't black folks that was all up into those drugs like that. It was some white folks.
what the crystal and all the other stuff that they
Yeah,
like to have. Yeah, it was them. It's always been them.
it was them. Look, hey, try some. I'm like, no.
They were like, nah, it's all right, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
What,
Nah.
you don't want? I said, no, I don't.
They tried it over here as well. And we used to have like when I was younger as well, what they used to do is, was it glue sniffing as well?
Yeah, they do the glue
I'm
sniffing.
like,
They do the whomping thing where they did the little air compressor, and that would mess you on up
yeah,
because
but
of
they
how
always do these kind of
yeah,
messed up
all
things.
the
These are the
yeah
same people that are playing with the
snuffing.
Ouija board as well.
Yeah, all the stuff, and it's like nah, I'm not gonna indulge.
Yeah, like why
Uh,
would I do that?
yeah. But now what I would do is look, I drink. I drink. That was me. Nah, I drank. That was
Ouchie.
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
I was alcoholic, but
they rolled out a new dopamine fixation for the next generation, and that was the video games.
yep,
They rolled out the video games, they rolled out the internet, they rolled out easy access to sexual perversion
yep,
online.
yes. That was the new drug. That was the new crack.
Yep.
Well,
Especially,
I think that was
especially
also
for ADHD. So you drink a lot of Kool-Aid and you
Yep.
watch a lot of porn. And
Yeah.
that was
I think that all those games and everything, they were also there as a pacifier as well.
Yes.
Like I said before, like a lot of them were, it's almost like in levels. It's like the films, they didn't have anything to when they were, when they had free reign and free access to deleting us, they were doing that. And then it was the movies. They'd go out there and they'd watch all this simulated whatever. Then it's like when it started to lose its appeal, then it was like we need to get games out. And the game started to lose its appeal. It was like we need to make the games more realistic. Now it's like, like I was saying a while back, if you remember, I said now they came up with, because people are like, oh, yeah, I'm just button pressing. Now it's like, put this headset on and you can be there. You have an avatar. And like I was saying, there was people when the metaverse was set up, and you had the first few people going on there. There was a lot of women that were reporting that their avatars were going through some certain issues with male avatars, and it was like, now, like I said, imagine
being assaulted.
it might not.
They
Yeah,
were being digitally assaulted.
they were. And you're seeing that.
Digital
You might not be
ADHD.
feeling it yet, but remember, they want to make you feel things just like the Matrix. So imagine you're seeing that with I mean, we watch a movie and we see that, like any lead or whoever, you watch CSI or something and you see the person getting attacked or whatever, you feel for that person. It's like, oh no, don't go over there, don't go in the house. Scary movies or Scream or whatever, and they're always running in the house, stupid females. But anyway, but you see that and you feel for those characters. And I imagine you're actually, it's your avatar, and you can see, you're waving the hand and it's your hand and so on and so forth, and you're seeing some next face pressed up against yours as they're doing what they're doing to you, to your avatar. You can't turn around and tell me that that's not having a traumatic that's not going to be a traumatic experience, because it will be.
Yep.
So it's like they have to, in order for them to be sated, they have to keep upping the ante every time. Like we're do you understand, like when it says that Jacob was a plain man, thank Yah,
Hallelujah.
Jacob was a plain man. All we need to do, and they're envious of that. Can we come to your cookout? No, they're envious of that, because all we need to do is just fling on some music, fling on a couple of chicken pieces and whatnot, and we're good. We come together, we're good. We don't have to go climb some flipping mountain or go underneath the ocean. What are you doing that for? I'm going to go swim with the sharks. Why? Don't know. And then the shark head comes up in there and chomps off your leg. Serves you right. Oh my gosh, you're a stupid people. Sorry.
Well, we've been given over to a foolish nation, right?
Yes.
And we're seeing that because, we're saying it, and they don't really want us to say what it is that we're saying, but we can see it and we're explaining it. See, what they don't want you to do is they don't want you to look at, right, and criticize the issues that they're having. And they're having issues. So those issues are being shown in their channels. They're being shown in how they're looking at themselves, even on the YouTube. Oh, this YouTube got them all the way exposed.
Sometimes I just bring out the popcorn and just watch them.
Yeah, and we're looking at it like, for real? Ugh.
I don't wash my hands when I go toilet. Why do I need to wash my hands when I go toilet? And even white men were like, ugh. Brother, ugh.
Lysol made plenty of money with me, because no matter where I go, I'm breaking out a Lysol wipe. Like,
y'all, it was
here beforehand.
A Hebrew sister posted recently that she and her husband take baths every 2 weeks, and they use the cat method. I was like, I hope this
I'm
is
sorry. What?
the cat method, They
What
said,
is the pet method?
according to her, again,
Who was this?
I'm hoping this lady did this. I don't know. I don't
Thi-
know her. I don't know
This
why she
this
feels
is this is is this is this one of us or one of them or what?
one of us saying that human saliva and cat saliva are similar in the way that cats clean themselves with their saliva by licking the back of their hand is what she and her husband do between their baths every couple of
That is
weeks.
disgusting.
Stop
I was,
it!
I was like, what?
Stop it! Just stop. Ew.
But think about that. So now you can't even now you can't look. I don't even.
I'm
like to
telling you,
shake
we've been
people's
around them
hands
too
anymore.
long. We need to go
I don't
home.
like to
We need
shake
to go
people's
home.
hands anymore.
We need to go
But it's-
home. We've been
no,
around these people
no,
too
I'm
long.
sorry. I don't even want to shake your hand. No, I'm gonna be wearing gloves all the
And now
time.
I understand why some people still be like, "Oh, you fools! I'm still coming out with my gloves and my mask on." Now I understand. I understand. I understand. I get it. I get it. I get it. Seriously.
Oh,
Ew.
no.
Because you can't even trust your own.
No.
Ew. Why would you do? Oh, when I.
Because in the system they don't tell you how to live within clean hygiene. This is how I believe they got eradicated in their population back in 2020, 2021. I believe that, but they won't tell you just how bad they got eradicated. You
You
know,
talking about the Gentiles?
they were talking about, the insurance claims and, these once in a lifetime events when it came to, health insurance and life insurance beneficiaries. I believe that they got eradicated. I believe most of them, they probably lost like maybe 10 or 15% of the population, and they won't tell you anything.
Oh no. It'll be
You
interesting
also
when they
cover
do
it
their
up.
census, won't it?
Yeah, you cover it up by bringing brand new, fresh bodies in over the border.
Yes, and the border,
No one
exactly, and you give them
notices.
homes. That's how it is. You give them homes. So why? You're not trying to eat a bad debt. If you're a bank, hey, this is going to go to a quote unquote productive citizen, supposedly. But all the while, they're literally bringing in an invasion force that they're being housed, fed, clothed, right? And now they're about to probably be properly armed.
Mm. Sister Desiree, I agree with you. When I get, when I see some of our people cutting open a steak and there's something red trailing from it,
Oh.
tell me if I don't want to pick up that steak knife and just slam it in their hand. I get very violent. I'm like, why you do what?
Mm.
That's just nasty. Cook your meat. Cook your meat.
Nah, I
Stop
like
trying
to
to be
have it
like these
raw.
people.
I want to have it. I just want to have it
Give
raw.
it
I
to
like to
us
have it.
raw and wriggling. That's
I want to
Smeagol.
hear it.
That's Gollum. That's
I want to hear
Gollum.
it mooing. I want to hear the meat mooing.
I want to feel the udders shake. Oh gosh, you're disgusting.
I want to taste the chicken clucking. What?
No, you don't play with chicken like that.
No,
Yeah,
not you.
exactly.
You don't play with chicken like that. And you can't even with I've seen Gentiles who like with mincemeat, or you guys call it ground beef. You can't. You got to cook that thing all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay, so you might live to eat. You might live after eating that bloodied steak. Ugh. But you do that with ground beef, like a ground beef burger. Are you mad?
Yeah, you're gonna get.
You can't do that.
Salmonella, you're gonna get E. coli. You're gonna get all sorts of, germs and infections, and that will start to reduce your immune system. And I'm thinking, this is probably what we're seeing here in this time where all these people are getting infected. All these people are, you know, I would argue that right now we're sicker as a population than we had been 10, 15 years ago.
I can account
That's
and attest
true.
to that. Right now, I'm sick, so yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, see, when you have everybody that don't have standards, I mean, but understand, think about this. Now, I'm gonna hit you all with this one. Why are they saying all this stuff about cleanliness and cleanly standards and being lazy? Because here's the thing. It's a waste, or it's not waste, but they don't want people utilizing resources. They don't want people utilizing those resources anymore. When you lose resources, it's always going to be, you really don't need that. You really don't need to do that. Because why? Because they're trying to tell a population group that is losing the resources that you don't need the resources. So you don't need a bath because why? Because we're running out of water. So I'm going to tell you, you don't need a bath. Oh yeah, well, guess what? I don't really need to wash.
Forget that splish splash. I was taking a bath.
Yeah, but you understand that works for them. That doesn't work for us. We're not on those dog whistles like they are.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do
well,
smell like it though, don't they? I see what
but
you did
you know what I'm
there.
saying? We're not on those dog whistles. They'll internalize those dog whistles because you have to understand it's a pack mentality. A
Stop
pack.
it, Karis. You. Oh my gosh, with the bars, seriously.
What? No, no, no. Listen,
Dog
what are we
whistles,
given
pack
to? We're
mentality.
given to what?
Oh my gosh,
Wolves, right? We're given to wolves. That's what the scripture says. Look, you think that
it does.
you think I'm playing around. I'm not playing around. These are what the scriptures are saying, but the Most High had to literally show us in these allegories, in these idioms of a people who are not a people.
And they love werewolf stuff, don't they?
Oh man, this is their favorite time of the year.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
their
Oh
favorite time of
yeah.
the year. You know how many like Red Riding Hood movies they be coming out with at this time of the year? Like they're infatuated. So this is where we're at, family. We're trying to tell you today is going to be a day because here's the thing. I have this article I posted in the chat a while ago. This is from investors.com. Jed Graham. The next Federal Reserve meeting is here, and it will mark a major turning point with the central bank set to announce its first rate cut since it slashed its key rate to almost
Is that
zero.
woman real? She looks like AI.
That's probably AI.
Looks like an election tactic to me.
Yeah. What's even more unusual about the imminent rate cut is that markets almost always know what the Fed will announce before the meeting. Yet, going into the 2-day Fed meeting, which begins today, it wraps up Wednesday. Markets are leaning towards a half-point rate cut, but there's an unusual degree of uncertainty. The 2-day Fed meeting ends with the policy statement at 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, and Fed Chairman Jerome Powell holds a press conference at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. So they're going to have the rate cut decided today, and it will be announced on Wednesday. So it's a 48-hour period.
To attempt to mask the inflationary effect of printing all this money that got sent over to Ukraine. Interesting.
That's correct. The country's gotten poorer, and everything's going to become more expensive. So, like when we tell you, family, that we try our best to, it's the Most High that puts us in this position. He's going to sustain us, but we have to continue to ask for help from our brothers and sisters to get this job done.
Yes, Brother Karis, I saw a question whether or not we're still working and building in Burkina Faso. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Burkina Faso and beyond.
And beyond. Yes, we are.
And so when I mentioned that, the playing field is no longer about a government, but it's about a network of international corporations. That is why it's so important for us to be in these international corporate spaces. That is exactly what we're doing.
That is. And it's a tough space. It's a tough environment because you got to understand when we're working on in these arenas, man, we're dealing with principalities you don't even want to understand.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with principalities that will literally have people scared. But we're not scared, and you shouldn't be scared either, because here's the thing. We're not working on our own. We're working with the Most High.
Yes.
And the Most High has already covered all of our steps.
Yes, he has.
So, when I'm telling you, look, this thing is a spiritual fight, it absolutely is. And this principality does not want to die. It's on life support. It don't want to die, though. It wants to hold on to all of the jewels that it can. It wants to hold on to the children of Yasharel, especially Judah,
Mm-hmm.
especially Zion,
Mm-hmm.
as much as they can. See, understand when, and this was the first time that I saw this, because this was amazing. The Black Authority, Jason Black, if you all haven't heard of him or had been on his channel, he's part of the new black media. And I've called into his channel a couple times, a couple years ago.
You have?
hmm Yeah, before I even had this channel really going on. But you know, it was been it has been a an evolution of African Americans here with the ability to vote. You know, first it was, hey, we got to vote. First it was, hey, we need to do this. I'm going to tell you within the last 24 months, it was, well, we need to vote to get this change. And then you realize you're not going to have anything on any side. I think, to me, to be honest, within the last 2 weeks, ever since ever since the debate, now black folks have been saying, is it even worth voting? This is now a real conversation in the African American community, Yahudim community, whatever you want to call it, however you want to label it. Why are we ceding our power to Pharaoh? That's now what's in our heart. We may not say that because we don't understand the biblical implications. A lot of our people don't. They don't understand the biblical implications, but they understand the contemporary implications. Why am I ceding my power and my authority to a people that's not going to do anything for me? You think I'm just going to do something for just black people? No. I have a plan. I got a plan.
I remember that. You
Plan.
think I'm only going to do something that benefits only black people? No. I was like, what? I heard that. I was like, oh, there goes your vote. That's it. Nobody's voting for you. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah. Well, and the whole thing is, well, I got a plan for we all
For
have to celebrate.
everybody.
We all have to celebrate our differences. No. See, we've heard that kumbaya, let's that come together nonsense, and it never has benefited us at all. Matter of fact, it's
Never.
hurt us. It's hurt
Never.
us. And now that's their last playbook. We lost black people. That's all that said. We lost black people. And when I listened to Jason Black last, I think it was Sunday, are we just going to sit it out? And I truly believe that voter participation in this election, especially for voting for Pharaoh, is going to be at historically worse levels, that they're going to say, well, this vote wasn't legitimate. Why was this vote not legitimate?
Because there was no black people.
Well, let me pose something to you.
I wonder if you're going to say what I think you're going to say.
Well, my thing is, what if we're locked down again and it's all voting mail ballots anyway? What if it's the same stunt they pulled the last time everything was locked down?
Well, remember they now have a new, variant of, the cookie that's coming, all this other stuff. Listen, they probably can, and I'm going to tell you this. It all depends on this. Let's understand this. It all depends on this. It all depends on the sentiment of black folks. of African Americans, of Yahudim, of Hebrews, whatever you want to call it, of Negroes. It all depends on us. Are we going to participate in the system? Because if you don't participate in the system, then guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to be shouting against it. And if we're shouting against it, guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to be praying against it. And if we're praying against it, then we're going to be speaking against it. And therefore, our voice is going to then nullify this system's power. How is this system in power? Off of what? Off of our agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to agree with their destruction? That's it. It's a real simple proposition. Do they agree with their destruction? Oh, they don't agree anymore? Uh-oh, we're losing. We've lost. Because why? Because all the other nations now are smelling the blood in the water because the victuals are no longer tap dancing and playing the game. That's what they're afraid of. That's why, well, we can't go into Ukraine like that. Oh, we can't do this like that. Well, we need to move this aircraft carrier on out the way because, things are kind of getting hot. Do we still have black people? Are those Negroes still holding us down?
No.
And they're finding out that reality. These are just probing operations. Okay, how are they going to engage with this? How are they going to engage with that? Keep in mind, that's the analysis. That is the secular analysis. When you're hearing, from the new black media, that's the secular analysis. But here's the funny thing. With every secular analysis that they have, there's also biblical insight to how our people are thinking. We're taking off the mental chains of this captivity. And now this captivity is coming to an end because why? Because now all the nations are surrounding this principality. And if you don't believe me, what do you think they're doing? They're going to do October 22nd, right before the election. I will not be a happenstance or anything, a coinkydink, none of that. But right after that, October 22nd, 2024, that's when Russia's going to roll out that Kazan payment system. That's the new development bank, BRICS, and BRICS Plus. When the nations basically are going to literally cede its power to the beast. Get on or get left. And these European nations are going to have the little secret envoys there, especially France and Germany, because their economies are in the toilet. They are.
France's economy was African.
Yep. And they've lost their economy. Yep. They've lost their economy, family. France lost its economy. Because all of these, you see, they detain the Nigerian president's plane. They confiscated that.
What?
Yeah.
France did.
France did. Yes, they did.
Was he in France?
I don't know, but yeah, they took a plane.
Oh, a scorn lover. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
So where is he? Is the president, the Nigerian president? Is he in France or is he in Nigeria?
He's in Nigeria, but they have assets all over. That's just how that goes.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? So they're taking their gifts back. They're taking their stuff back. Mm-hmm.
Make your own plane. Jeez.
Exactly.
If you not got, you literally are getting. Oh my gosh, it's like cocoa. You're giving your cocoa to and they make lovely Lindor, I might add. You're giving it to the Belgians. You're giving it to them. Do it yourself.
Yeah, find out that recipe because you know they done stole that recipe from us.
Exactly. And
They'll
you
make
know
nothing
some of
that
our
good.
people are up in that
They'll,
place anyway.
they'll make nothing that good without that coming from us. Let's just be honest.
Oh,
Okay.
you people are good at making this fried chicken. And look how you put your stupid face on there. If that's the case, why is your face on there? I love those chocolates. So I'm not even going to play. Oh my gosh, they've got like.
So you're gonna have a chocolate factory on the continent when we get back. That's
yes, I will. Yes,
Chantel's chocolates.
Hebrew waffle.
I just heard Chef's song. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I ain't gonna sing it because I like the Lindor with the chocolate balls with the caramel in it.
Oh.
And it's salty caramel. And I heard Chef's song.
Oh yeah.
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 So
what can you see when you deal with ADHD?
Oh no.
Don't turn into a P. Diddy.
But I do. They have another one which is so nice. I don't know if you guys have had it or have it or whatever, but they bring it out at Christmas. I'm sorry. Hate me if you want, but I will get my chocolates at Christmas. I don't care.
Babylonian.
No, I'm in Babylon. Let me just leave me alone. Let me have my last ditch at it, okay? Stone me later if you will, or you can stone me while I'm gobbling down on my chocolates. I don't care. I love it. But the nicest ones.
Don't have the Scarlet Bee in captivity.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I swear. I'm so sorry. But the ones I love is the it's the Lindor. It's the Lindor. What is it? Oh my gosh! It's with the Irish cream. Oh my gosh. Yum. It's so nice. It's so nice. I love Bailey.
So you're getting on. So you're having your equivalent version of the female ADHD.
Yes, I am. Chocolate.
So you're being a female diddler while they got the diddler up in federal court.
I don't always indulge in chocolate. I have to be in the mood for it. But Lindor that's that does it for me. Just give me my chocolate. I don't care about any of this.
So now you're giving these Gentiles fuel to come against our women. Our women.
Have our chocolates. Look. Have our chocolates.
Is that how they're
in the same dirty palms that you don't wash? I think not.
Is that how they're getting them to flip on Diddy? They said, look, your video vixen days are over. You might as well just take this chocolate.
Take this chocolate. It's covered in white sugar, powdered sugar.
Chocolate now. Put his ADHD self away. Oh my god!
So all they have to do is make the Trojan horse out of chocolate, and that's it.
Just stop. And it can't be any chocolate because not all chocolate is created equal. I will say that. No. I will say that. But Lindor, oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
I mean it.
We came out in a vengeance today. I don't know why. This, it wasn't us. It was the one article of the missile.
Yeah, you started it though. You thought that was funny. And I got there first. I did. I saw you perfectly placed that there. I told you, me and you, we both think the same. We both. Ugh. I saw that, and immediately my brain was like, "Huh? Like, what are you playing at?" That hyper. What is it called?
Oh,
Hyper missile.
the missile, hypersonic missile.
Yeah, sorry, because somebody else said hypersexualized in the chat, and I thought that was quite clever actually. The hypersonic missile on this thing that everything to them is sex related.
So here we go.
Oh my gosh, Karis, I blush.
Oh, I only played 10 seconds, YouTube. I only played 10 seconds.
I remember that's from what's it called? Austin Powers, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. What did they launch? What did the
What did
Houthis
they
launch?
launch?
I
I remember Sister Gates of Holder brought out how they have their phallic thing everywhere. Everywhere. This is their religion.
It is their religion.
It is their religion. It's everywhere.
And that's what the fall of Solomon was about, you know, marrying foreign wives and engaging in their religious ceremonies in these practices. All of their religion is this filthiness.
You know, it was bad enough he was doing that, but what really peed the Most High off was the fact that he built, didn't he build a temple? One of their temples, or he tried to build a temple for one of his wives.
Yeah.
So that she could worship her gods
Mm-hmm.
in the Most High's land.
Mm-hmm.
You tapped in the head. I'm like, Solomon, what are you doing?
He got caught up.
Where's your wisdom, bruh?
So tomorrow we're gonna go ahead. We'll do some more. We'll talk some more of these things on out, because there's gonna be more developments with the with Diddy. So he's being indicted on.
I can't tell you how much I don't care.
And, you know,
Diddy looks Somalian to me anyway.
Yeah, but you know, there's gonna be a lot that's gonna happen. You know, distractions are gonna run amok. Distractions are gonna run amok. So we'll see how this thing moves. We definitely will. So, any final comments?
I'll go first because I've got to go now. This has been fun. I will say so. And now I'm in the mood to go and get some chocolate. I really am. So, yeah, it was nice having me on. It was nice. Everybody in the chat, I love you all. And if I could, I would do what Oprah does and throw chocolate to the audience, but you know, can't do that. So I give you digital chocolates. There you go. But anyway, Karis, thank you for having me on. Sister Shah, I love hearing your voice as usual. And no, seriously, I do. But I'm gonna leave now. So thank you for having me on, and thank you for being patient with me in the chat. Shalom, everyone.
All right, thank you, Sister Chantel. All righty, Sister Shar, final comments.
Peace and blessings. That's all I got for you today. Be blessed, be encouraged. May the laughter do your heart good like a medicine. Find every opportunity you can to laugh. And hey, Brother Karis, thanks for the morphine drip insight, man. Look, that is such a powerful way at looking at what's going on and all of the distractions and nonsense that we have to comb through to make sense of stuff. So peace and blessings to all of you. Blessings to you. Thank you, Brother Karis, for the chat, and look forward to making some more inroads on this mission.
All right, hallelujah. Thank you, Sister Shar. All right, so family, again, if you'd like to support this channel, you could do so with super chats, super stickers, and there's Cash App. Thank you so much, media, for the support. I am still taking Cash App. I know that there's problems with Cash App in terms of the amount of Cash App support that they have. Hey, that's the Most High's going to fight that battle for Yakoba and myself at Teo Ministries and this channel and all the other platforms, our Hebrew platforms that's experiencing that. So, in this time, I'm telling you, I don't know how much time is left. I don't. I can't tell you if I'm going to be on tomorrow. That's why I would say Most High willing. So, I do have to say, as we're getting closer and closer, we need to prepare. And part of preparation is being able to prepare to speak with our brothers and sisters on the continent. So again, join Sister Shar and I this Friday, if you're in the Atlanta area, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we host the Art of Diplomacy workshop. It is critical because you can't just be showing up on the continent and just be scratching your head. Nope. We have to learn how to work together, walk together, move together. So we need to learn that now. Better to learn it now than later. Also, you can support my book, The Rise of Africa, the Continent, the Diaspora, and BRICS. Get a bit of a helpful insight of why this world is moving in the way it's moving. We already know that scripturally, but understand it in a contemporary manner of resource management at a global level, and why Africa needs to manage its resources, and how we as children of the continent will be able to help our brothers and sisters. So with that said, family, yep, I got to get up on out of here. Most High willing, I'll be back on tomorrow. And, we'll see how this distraction plays on out because, again, as I said, there's going to be more and more folks coming through with these distraction mechanisms because we're coming closer and closer to the end of our captivity. So with that said, family, shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom, peace and blessings, Yasharel.